Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm guessing everyone can see the one dashboard. They have access to the one dashboard. And because of the tools that I use, Creative Studio is one of the ones that I've pinned to my like frequently used tabs. But if you can't find it on your dashboard, all you have to do is type in Creative and it'll be there. That's the icon for Creative Studio, one design. There's also another way to access this. If you are logged in and you have the one Chrome extension, you can search for it from your extension and log in directly. So as I'm showing you here, one login, just search for Creative, and there it is. So if you click on that, it takes you directly to the app. Instead of doing it from this way, you can also get it directly from the Chrome extension, which is why the creative team at Realty One recommend that you use Chrome for all your professional work on the Realty One apps. So now that you're logged in, and as you can see my screen, so the first page that you're greeted to is My Design. So these are designs that you've been working on. These accumulate over time. So the number of designs you make, these crop up. Most of you will have access to this section. From here onwards, you will have access to Realty One Group digital templates, Realty One Group print templates, and Realty One Group recruiting. I'm not sure about the recruiting one, but you should have the other two. If you are also a member of One Lux, you will have the ones above it as well. The difference between the One Lux designs and the Realty One designs is that all those designs have emphasis on the One Lux logo, and they're slightly different from the ones that are available to you as part of the Creative Realty One digital templates. That's it. There isn't a big difference, and since these templates were derived from that, when you look at it, you will know like, oh, okay, there's a lot of similarities. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to do a listing template. The listing templates can include an open house, a coming soon, just listed, just sold, just closed. You can change the verbiage, but you have access to all these templates from the one listing. So what you have to do is under Realty One Group digital templates, if you search down and you look at listing marketing, that's the one you want to use. You have others as well, and I will be going over them shortly after listing marketing, because that's the one that you would be using most. It's not just to like put out the listings that you have, but also to market it properly and in a very professional manner, all using the brand guidelines set to us by Realty One Group. Any questions so far? I'll take that as a no. And please let me know if I'm audible, because sometimes my earphones have a tendency to break out. So you click on listing and marketing, and then you have access to a slew of designs, pre-rendered for your use. So I'm going to use this coming soon, but you don't actually have, okay, actually I'm going to use something different to show you how you can change. So I'm going to use this just listed post. You click on create design. If you like something, you just click on create design. Yes, create design. Now you have to enter the MLS address or the MLS number. The address hasn't worked for me. If anyone else has used it and the address works for them, please let me know how you do it, because the only thing that worked for me is the MLS number. And let me show you how to get it. So I personally use Flex. So I'm going to click on this. So this is a coming soon post. It's not listed yet. But if I put this code, the MLS code, you copy that, you paste it here. You can see that I selected a just listed post. Now in the drop-down menu, you will get the address. So if you select that, you get all the details. So you've got a description, everything that's listed on the MLS by the listing agent, it's available here. And you can see even the name and phone number, email address is all preloaded. You can even select images, but I highly suggest that you don't use the images from the MLS that are available to you on the Creative Studio, because they come out at a much lower resolution. And I will show you what that looks like. So I'm going to select this image. And I'm going to, since there's only one image in this post, I'll only select one image. Now I have to click yes to confirm and then create. If you have any doubts, please ask me.
Oh, fuck, I missed it.
What did you miss, Linda?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize
Sorry.
I was live. I had to go take care of something. I'll watch the replay. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So once you are logged in into this the template that you selected, this is what you created with. This is the default image for the template. This is what the template was designed to look like. The only thing that's changed is the address, since that was the only thing mentioned in the template. So if you were to go back in Creative Studio, so when I was selecting this, you saw the agent name, the phone number, the email address, everything was available. And it was just not just the address that was available, but everything else was there as well. So as you can see, like in this post, for instance, yeah, you can see all that information was derived from the MLS. Even this 4 beds, 3.5 baths, all of this was taken from the MLS. So that's the difference. This is specific of this is specifically a flyer, but I was just showing you. Do not be worried. Of all the data that was mentioned in the MLS does not get carried forward. That's because this was the only thing in the template, and you can obviously add more should you want to. So obviously this is coming soon. So I'm going to click on the just. Make it coming soon. And let's say I don't like this font here because everything else is bold. So I can change that by clicking the font. So I can change it to that one. Then I can increase the size. So right now it's 25. Let's make it 32. So you can change the font. You can you can relocate it. And similar to Canva, you have those grid lines to show you like the center and other fixed objects in the template so that you can align your text, your images properly. Now, obviously this code is not correct, so I don't need that in my listing. It's lane that I need to add. And like that, I added more text. To change color, you select the text that you want to change color of. Then you click on the color wheel over here. Then you select the colors. Obviously, the colors that we have to use are black, gold, and white. Gold is already fed into the system because this was designed by Realty One Group. So there. So now there's a small like there's a similarity between the white, black, gold, white, gold. That looks nice on the eyes. There's symmetry. Now, something that they haven't shown in the training, and I'm going to show you how to do it as well. You see, you can't click that, you can't click that, you can't click that, you can't click that. You can click on the image, you can change that, and to change that, I have to click. Actually, first, I'm going to show you how the image from the MLS looks like. So if you selected any images, under images, it would come up here as from the, it will have the address of the listing that you have selected. Click on that, and you click on the image. Now that is the image that was taken from the MLS. And you can see how blurry this is. They're still working out the issue with this. But for now, this is what you get with most of the images. Unless they're very high bitrate images uploaded from a DSLR directly, you would be hard pressed to get a very clear image. Now I'm going to do this, add the same image, but from my uploads. So if I click on my uploads, I have the same image. I'm going to drag and drop it here. Do you see the difference?
Yes.
That's because this I downloaded directly from the MLS, saved it on my computer, and uploaded it.
Yeah, it's a huge difference.
Now, this, no, sorry, this is the wrong address. So just to show you how the upload process works, you click on the images and then you select the image that you want, like so. And then you drag and drop it in this square. You don't drop it here, you have to drop it here specifically. Once it gets 100%, it'll come up on your screen, but you don't want it there. So you click on that image and you can delete it. Now, if you wanted to change the image, just drag and drop it here, and that works. Now, what I was talking about, what they don't show you in the training, because this is where if you have a creative tenacity, you can experiment. If you click on layers, you see there's these lock icons against some text. Now, these are the part of the template that are completely fixed, that you can't change. Now, so if you click on this, it's not, okay, yeah. So like your DBA, so it shows up. Since I am part of Realty One Group Central, so my DBA will always say Realty One Group Central. You can't change this right now until you click on the icon. Now it's unlocked. Now I can zoom in and out. I can make it as big as I want. I can even delete it. Similarly, you see this is fixed. If I wanted to, I could make this circle bigger, or I can make the circle smaller. You've got that line fixed over there. You can delete it if you don't want it. If you wanted to add more text, that circle there. Now,
So, Gigi, hold on one second. So, because I didn't know this is cool. So if, let's say I didn't want the gold circle in the corner, like that
Yeah.
switch thing, you can actually, you have to click on it first, then unlock it. Is that how that works?
yeah, so basically you have to find out which template, which it is. So right now it's circle outline. If you click on this, then if you click on the X icon, it's deleted.
Ah,
But if you did that by accident, if you click on undo, it's back.
so now if I wanted to add that to one of my photos, are you gonna show that? Am I stepping ahead?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
going to show that as well.
All right, cool.
So now that I'm showing you how to delete stuff, I'm also going to show you how to add stuff. So in this case, you don't go to layers, you go to images. You go back. Now you have a lot of stuff already available. So you have this free search engine. This is all, and I'm going to re-emphasize this. This is all copyright-free content that is uploaded directly here. So you can use these images that you get from here free of cost without any copyright infringement or any, without being worried about that at all. So like if you wanted to say like buildings, you can search for it, and all these images, if you wanted to, you could use. Wouldn't that be nice, by the way? Let's see. Has it worked? Okay. You have to also select the correct. Okay, why is it not uploading?
I think if you just click on it, yeah.
Yeah, I have to click on it.
There you
Wouldn't this be nice? Coming soon. Who would want to be the listing agent for this one? Okay.
know. Higher.
Yeah.
I don't think they're selling the Louvre.
Yeah. So similarly, if you go back on the images, now that you have to delete the search engine, you come back here. Now, if you wanted to add elements or like some design aspect, you have to search for it over here in these specific categories. So you have design assets. Now, those are your brush strokes, your one logo. You can basically type this, add this here. Oh, sorry. That was my mistake. You don't undo. You go here, then you just click this. Now you have the one logo on the side.
I'm sorry, I don't have, you see how on top of your screen you have all those transform, enhance, filters? I don't have that. Am I on the right?
I think you might, you have to
Oh,
click on something to
yeah.
edit.
You have
If
to
you're
click on a
on-
picture in order for
If
that
you're
to
not,
come up.
if you're not on the canvas, it doesn't show up. So you have to click on the image or the text to get the get those options to pop up.
All right, I'm not
So
saying,
like,
you know, I probably need to come in because
okay.
and sit down, because this is, I'm not, I don't know why it's, oh, do you have to put in the property search first in order to get that? Maybe that's
No,
what-
no, look, for instance, like I'm selecting a text, I'm getting text related editing options. If I'm clicking on the image, I'll get image related editing options. So I can
Alright.
crop it, I can filter. So these are all options based on what you've selected.
Okay, I'm gonna have
Well-
to come in because I don't want to hold everybody up. So I'll have to come in one day and go over it.
Sure.
I don't want to, I don't know why I'm not seeing it. So I don't want to hold everybody up and waste everybody's time. So I will come in at another time. I'll come into the
And,
office. Thank you.
And obviously you also have access to my Calendly. So if you wanted a like one-on-one session about Creative Studio, I could walk you through that as well.
Okay. Where-
So if you don't have it, I'll send it to you after this email, after the session.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I've-
Sorry. I didn't mean to hold
Yeah,
everybody.
it's
up.
fine, it's fine.
Okay.
So again, so like this is the brush strokes and like other design parts. So if you want to have it as the main image, like you click and drag and drop. But if you just wanted it as a small part of the image, you just click. Now, do you see this extension? Now that is your rotation wheel. So you can basically rotate the image whichever way you want it so that you get the finish that you want.
Got it.
But unlike Canva, this does not tell you if it's exact 90 degrees. So you have to eyeball it. So like right now, it's not 90 degrees. And then you place it where you want it. Now coming back to the images. If you want to delete an image, you in your uploads, you select, come onto the scroll wheel, then just click the X and deletes it. Yeah, so I wanted that over there. I'm gonna add Maya's headshot. Okay, that didn't come out right. I have to click somewhere else.
Hey, Juju, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just before, when you were going to the loo, when you were downloading the picture of the Louvre, did you click on it or did you drag it over?
I had to click on it. Once I click on it, it gets downloaded into my uploads. And from there, it gets directly imported as the image for the wallpaper, because
Okay,
that
we're
is the
trying
one
to-
that I wanted to change.
Did you do it?
So I can show it to you again. Right now, I'm clicking on Maya's
Yeah, I
headshot.
see that.
If I search for something here, let's say, again, buildings. I'm going to select this wall. And it comes as an image. But if I clicked on the wallpaper and then I
Right.
clicked on the image, the wallpaper will change, the background image.
Maybe we're not waiting on it.
It takes a while. It depends on your internet speed as well. Okay, so now let's see how to optimize this. I'm going to put coming there, soon there, meadow. I'm going to go into layers. I'm going to select the line. I'm going to delete it. I'm going to move this up. And now if I move this here, I can add the agent details over here. So I can get the agent details from the listing. And I can add it under text. I need the phone number. Add text. And there we go. We have the text that we wanted. Now, if I wanted to change the font for this, I can change the font there, the font size. The designers behind Creative Studio, they recommend that you keep all font size above size 7 so that it's easier to read. It's more legible that way. I'm going to turn this to the same scheme, color scheme. Turn that into white. Now, since both these texts are in the same text block, if you wanted to reduce the gap between these, all you have to click on is format under text line spacing, and then you pull this back. Format. For some reason, it's not working right now. But normally that is how it works. You can see the spacing between the words, letter spacing. Yeah, now it's working. Sometimes you need to give it a second before it works. Sometimes it works almost instantaneously. So just bear with it and it won't disappoint. Now, let's say I wanted to give like the ring circle around Maya's photo, like the brush stroke. I'll go into images, go back, I'll go into shapes. No, not shapes. Logo library. It's not here either.
It's like, we,
They keep uploading these Realty One Group assets. That's the one. Okay, so I wanted to give a gold ring. I have two options. One, I could use the ring as is, and then resize this to fit around Maya's headshot as such. Or what I can do is like this. I've got a gold circle. I make it small enough. Now I'm going to send it back. Now it's behind Maya's photo. And then shrink it. Until I have the circle that I wanted. And you can use the keyboard's direction keys to move it with more precision. And voila, we have the circle around Maya, which is a consistent circle. Any questions so far?
no.
You can even align the text like this. And you can even create backgrounds for your posts using these tools, by the way. So that's what they're for. There, you have to create a blank canvas to do that. Now that's it. If I'm happy with what I have done here, it's got the coming soon, it's got the address, it's got the real estate agent's details. I'm okay to print this. Oh, I'm missing the logo. To get the logo, what I would suggest is you go to the one dashboard, go to brand guidelines, you go to assets, affiliates, sorry. Affiliates, you search for Central, you download the logo kit. By downloading the logo kit, you will have access to one of the, and when you unzip the folder, you will have a folder which is named PNG. If you upload those are uploaded without backgrounds, which is very good when you are trying to color match. Now we have the logo as well. And now this post is ready. If I wanted to add some more details, I can. If it's a text, I can add text. If you want to do image, right now you can't crop a square into a circle. That feature is not available just yet. but that might come later. So if you're happy with everything that you've done and the designs that you do, they get saved from time to time. Every time you add something, it saves your design in case there's a power outage. If your internet cuts out, something happens, your design is saved. But just to be on the safe side, you can click save, or if you click download, it'll save it for you. Now you have to select what type you want. Actually, there's one more thing that I want to show you. This doesn't always work on the first try, but I want to show it to you anyway. So if you click on drop shadows, you select drop shadows, then you select gold. You see the effect behind the word coming. Now you can use this, then basically superimpose that effect. That would be more convincing if it was slightly bigger, because in such a small font, you can't really see the underlying image, that effect, but it's there. And then you can increase the blur or decrease it. Like that. Any questions so far? I'm going to take that as a no. So you're not just limited to 90 degrees, you can turn the images however way you want. It's up to you, since you are the creator of this design.
Did can you
Once you're happy-
explain, can you explain how you rotated that?
Okay, so you click whichever element you want to rotate. You need to see the rotation wheel, or if you don't know how to get there, you can just click on transform. Let's say it's there. You click on transform. Now then you have the access to rotate using the rotation wheel.
So you could either do it by scrolling that back and forth, or by
Or you could
grabbing
just
that
use-
stick
Yeah,
right there, yeah. On the end.
then you also have enhance. So this is basically if you wanted to change the color of the image. Enhance. You wanted to make it brighter. So you obviously have to be sure of what you're doing, because sometimes if you go too much in one direction, you could damage the quality of the image. But I'm happy with what it's looking like right now. So I'm going to hit download. I'm going to save it as, you can save it as PNG or JPEG. I choose JPEG because these are smaller images, so it takes up less space on your drive. Click download. It'll tell you what it thinks are wrong spelling mistakes or if you have low quality images. I'm happy with everything. I can go forward. Now the design is saved. It'll give you that prompt. And now I have the listing.
So you were saying a PNG file would take up more space than a JPEG?
Yes.
And you can.
Yeah. For instance, let me show you. Show folder. This image.
Mhm.
It also depends on what you've been using, but yeah, just to this for instance, this is a JPEG image. This is 2.7 MB. A similar image, again created on Creative Studio. This is 7.28 MB.
Oh wow, yeah. That's almost.
It also depends. It also depends on the images that you're using, all the elements, because every single effect that you use, that adds the data.
Yeah.
And when you click this, do you see a scroll wheel here? So you can reduce the quality of this image, and basically you can lower the size even further.
Would you recommend doing that or no? Don't even mess around with
Since
that.
if you wanted to, if you were tight on space, I would recommend you go down as low as 85%. Because even at 85%, it's still very good. And since these images are meant to be viewed on a phone, on like say Instagram, on your social media feed, the 1080 by 1080 resolution makes it perfect. So unless you are going like pixel peeping and zooming right in, you won't see the difference between the PNG and JPEG, and you would save on space. Now, if you're since the image has been downloaded and this project is done, I can click close. And in my design, it will pop up here. It's going to be the first image, since that was my last active project. Now, as promised, I'm going to show you the other tools that you have at your disposal. So you have
Well, did
branding.
you also too, I'm sorry, if you could just go back to
My designs?
either that or, yeah, or any of the designs, click on any of them.
Yeah.
Like click on the My one, yeah. So in
This
the upper right-hand corner, it also has the share, right? So
Yeah.
that share button, yep,
If
You can
you have signed up and your social media is linked to your Zone account, you could directly post from here. So as I've noticed, most of the agents don't have their social media handles mentioned on their Zone accounts. So most of you can't do this. You would have to do this manually.
got it.
And you could even send it to someone as an email right from here.
And also too, just click on that image again to open it up.
Oh, okay.
Just show them also in the upper right-hand corner where it says share. You'll also get that capability of doing it there while you're creating it. Same
Yeah.
thing. So you have two spaces to go to. Perfect.
And
Thank you, TP.
if you're like if you've got too many designs and you're finding it hard to find the design that you wanted, you could just click over here, select, and then you can delete. Archive. Now, the other templates that are available to you are under branding. And like I showed you in the listing, all these elements can be edited as long as you unlock them in your layers. And let's say you wanted to, you also have access to, let's say, Canva, but you wanted a background for an image that was created on Creative Studio, but you weren't getting like a few effects that you wanted in Creative Studio that you could get on Canva. You could create your own wallpaper over here. This is a blank sheet, blank page, canvas. Then using your images and your design assets, you could create a wallpaper for yourself. If you don't want to save it, now since I didn't edit anything, nothing was saved and that wasn't added to my designs. Just to show you what can be done, this is a template that I created from a blank page using just creative design assets. I can do transform. As you can see, I can rotate the image. That's it. Save. Now, close. Now you've got holiday posts. These are already designed for you with Realty One Group branding and their fonts. So you could use these and post to your social media page right off the bat. You don't even have to do much editing on your end. So like just now, like last Sunday, you had to turn back the clock. You could just use this post and tell your clients, daylight savings is ended. So please set your clocks back by 1 hour. Similarly, you have listing. This is the one that I went over. You have market updates, all these, the designs. So what they recommend at the design team, they recommend that you select the template and then you select the image and not the other way around. Because if you try to go with multiple images and then you can't find one with multiple images, you're going to be stuck. If you wanted a more text heavy, so like you would go something like this. But if you wanted very light text and just maybe one image, you would go with something like this. So it's up to you. You need to select the design before you select the images. Facebook banners. So these banners, you can use it on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. They're all made with the resolution of those platforms in mind. So once you have designed your template, you can upload it directly to said social media platform. Your testimonials, business cards, everything that you wanted, you could actually create here. And these are all designed by very successful designers who worked with real estate agents. So they know what they're doing. So there is very little guesswork that you need to do on your end. All you have to do is add the images that you want. And with just a few clicks, you have a professionally created image for social media use or for mass printing and sharing with your clientele. You've got door hangers. You've even got flyer. So the flyer is the one you saw before. That was a template of a flyer that I made for Maya. So like this one, this has 4 images and a lot of empty space. So if you wanted to add details, text, or like if there were 2 agents going in on a sale, you could do something like this with 2 agents. So you have a lot of choice. You select the template that works for you, then you can select the images.
Tiju,
Yeah.
when we're doing business cards, postcards, etc., does the creative studio go by New Jersey Real Estate Commission guidelines for our advertising, or do we have to get them approved by Marcel or Purnima, just saying,
Yes.
before
So,
we go ahead and mail them or use them or whatever?
Yeah,
That's
all of your marketing.
my broker brain.
Yeah, Eileen, anything that has to do with your business cards, or anything like that, yeah, it should be approved by us. You should get it, in front of us so we make sure that we are abiding by the guidelines that are out there.
Just
But-
remind
Be as creative
everybody.
as you want, but there
Yeah.
are certain things that need to be,
So,
put in there.
yeah.
Right, I'm
yes,
just, this is my instructor broker brain.
Yep.
For people who may not know, and a lot of newer agents get themselves in a pickle because they order stuff and assume that it's okay to send, and it's not.
And a majority of this, actually all of this stuff that's in there, abides by the guidelines if you look through them.
Exactly. So that was what I was going to say. Since these were created by Realty One Group creative team, they are abiding by the rules and regulations that Realty One Group has to follow themselves.
Mhm.
So, and since a lot of the design elements are locked for most users, it would be very difficult for you to actually add something that would be basically incorrect in terms of like you're not following the rules. You've got your partners, You've got postcards, so you even have sizes. And the Creative Studio is linked with, let me actually go to my designs. So actually, this is kind of like the last one of the postcards. So I want to show you one more thing. If I go into my designs, let's say do this. Do you see print with Express Docs? So you could directly print this if this is like, let's say you have it pre-approved by Marcel, Punima, Ramit, Christine. They look at it, look it over, they say, yes, this is fine. You could directly have this printed from here. From your edit page, you just click print. Then you could basically set your order in and they'll print it for you. And as in one of the previous sessions, we calculated this is a very nice deal for you agents, and you get it quite cheap if you went out, as opposed to if you went outside to a third-party vendor. So it tells you how many for 25 copies of that. It's $18, $18.75. You can even select what type of paper it is, and depending on what you select, the price changes. See, 21. Then you could select the coding. Pricing didn't change. Okay, pricing changed a little. But you have the option. Any questions? And that's it. I've covered all the bases of Creative Studio. If I missed anything, or if you have any questions, please let me know. We have.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
It's just brief.
Yeah.
If I want to do the just rent it like Anastasia did, I could just do it on here, right? Creative Studio. That's where you did hers.
Yeah. Just rent it here. This is the one.
Okay. All right.
So, so for that specific one, since the photo that I have of Anastasia is a square image that I got from the one suite, and because there isn't enough space to put it properly in this template, I added all the details that I wanted to and I needed to from Creative Studio. Then I downloaded this template, uploaded it into Canva, and then turned the square photo into a circular photo. And that's how I did it. There are a lot of steps involved in that case, but that is also another way to do it. Because when you have a circular photo uploaded, it works fine if that is what you wanted. But if it's a square, you unlike Canva, you can't just turn that square into a circle. You can't crop off the edges to make it a circle. So that's one limitation of this platform. But this, other than that, you have a very professionally created tool that more or less covers all your bases and gives you very professional looking images to share with just a few clicks. So no, it's a very useful tool. Any other questions?
Gigi, I know that you do the Canva class too, along
Yeah.
with this. And I know I do the same thing, you know, as far as how you work it, but there are certain things that you can't do here that you could do on Canva, you know. Do you want to talk a little bit about how you integrate the two?
Yeah. So let's say for this specific post here, actually, no, I'm going to show you. This one, yeah. You see this open house? Right now, if I click on this, everything you see here, this is what I created on Creative Studio. I downloaded it here. I had added, the copy was downloaded onto my laptop. Then in Canva, I took the image, I added Maya's headshot, then I added her name or phone number, and I added this because I could not do this in Creative Studio otherwise. As you can see, the difference, they're quite different. There's no VIP event, there's no headshot for Maya, there's no name, no phone number, and there's no details about the house. So how many bedrooms, how many square footage, how many baths. I did this on Canva. And then you can even see like the circular edge that I did using the erase tool. And I got this image from here, which is another design that was created in Creative Studio. I just cropped this area, turned it into this. If you wanted to see how I did that, I can show it to you right now. I think I deleted all the templates. So this is what I'm going to show you. I downloaded it. I uploaded the image to Canva. If I click here, you can see it's the same post. But there's a lot of difference. This one has the One Lux logo. And I've been told unless the property meets a certain requirements, you can't, either the agent or the property does not meet certain requirements, you cannot use the One Lux logo. So you need to be One Lux qualified as an agent to use the One Lux logo. There was a class last week or last month, I forgot, but it was available where you could have gotten yourself certified and then you could have used One Lux logo. Now, what I added to this was Maya's headshot, phone number, and name. So to do that, obviously everything needs to be uploaded on your Canva. So let's say, yeah, this is, since Latoya, you asked for this, I'm going to show you how I did it. So first of all, I went to elements. I choose frames. So it's already selected because that is my default mode. I select frames, select the element that I want. I select the circle because that is the most pleasing. I drag and drop the headshot. I make it center. I could basically make this post if Anastasia was doing an open house for Maya, I could just turn this into an open house. And this is actually an open house. So basically that. Now let's say I want this logo hidden. So what I can do is I go to logos. I select the one with the black border, click on it. I drag and drop it. Now the One Lux logo is gone. Now this image is missing open house. So I'm going to add the text open house on this. I'm going to go to text. I'm going to add simple text. Open. Now, obviously, this is not one of the fonts that we at Creative Realty One Group use. So this is one of my favorite fonts because it's bold, it's small, and it's very crisp, very easy on the eye. I'm going to make it the size I wanted. I'm going to bring it here. I'm going to go to effects. I'm going to hollow it out. Now, for those who wanted to know how I got this here, if I go into uploads, as long as I have that image, I can show it to you. Yes, I have it. So I clicked here on the image. That image pops up. Then I use this crop wheel, cropped it right down. So there's a disclaimer that I want to give you. So on Canva, you have the option, even if you crop an image, if you basically wanted to extend it by mistake or like you went too deep, you could undo it by just pulling the crop wheel further out. In Creative Studio, once you crop and you select the tick mark, you accept the crop, you cannot edit that image again. You can only make the crop smaller. I'm going to show you that by doing this. If you click on crop, you drag here, you stop it at Realty 1, click yes. Now, if I wanted to crop it again, if I pull this, there is no pulling it the other way. Even though the original image had it, unless you do reset, you can't do it. And that's about it. Now you can add the details. So to make this proper, I'm going to add this. And voila. You have your open house post ready. Now, if I wanted to make it small, I could do it here. Any questions? We've just crossed the hour mark, so if there are no other questions, I think I can stop the recording.
Yeah. You'll definitely, Christina just brought up a great point. You're definitely going to have questions, or they will arise as you start working with it.
Yeah.
Feel free to contact us to help you with any of the hiccups that you're hitting. Gigi, this was
Yeah,
great.
and-
This was a good class.
Yeah,
I
and,
learned quite a few things I didn't know.
And especially like the more you use the tool, the more features you find out how to use them. Like before, I used to stay away from Creative Studio as much as possible, but they have steadily made so many improvements to Creative Studio that slowly it's becoming just as good as Canva. There are still a few elements. They don't want to give you complete creative carte blanche, because if they did that, the professional designs might not come out as professional as they had designed it to be.
Mhm.
But if you were a very creative person, you might be using some other tool to begin with, or you have a creative design team working for you. If you're using creative design, you get pre-designed professional looking posts for real estate content. And like there is very little to no guesswork involved for the agents, which is the whole point. They're making it easier and taking away the risk factor that's keeping agents from trying out the platform.
Good job, Gigi. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. I guess we lost a couple of people.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Thank
You're very
you.
welcome.
Thanks, Gigi.
Thank you.
Obviously,
Thank
this meeting is recorded and will be uploaded to the YouTube channel shortly after. So you guys take care. Have a great day.
Awesome. Have a great week, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Great week. Bye.